Well, hi. Where the hell have I been? Hi. How's it going? This is my third time. Yeah, technically my third time filming this video. I actually filmed it for the first time back in like November, and then obviously never posted it, obviously. And I filmed it the other day, and I was really tired when I filmed it, didn't like how it came out, so try it again. Hopefully this will be the third and last time. So where the hell have I been? Basically, when I posted that video on Halloween, I did not expect to not post anything for a solid 4 months, but what happened was I ended up getting a temp job. It's full-time. That started in mid-November, and I think I had intended to post something between the end of October and mid-November, but then it just, for whatever reason, it didn't happen. And then basically I was just so busy with this job. It had me getting up earlier than I did in my previous job, and I guess over the year of unemployment I had started to prioritize getting an appropriate amount of sleep. When I was working my last job, I would get like maybe 5 to 6 hours a night, and I guess I was kind of okay doing that, so I would be able to film at night on work nights and things like that. But with this job, between prioritizing sleep more and getting up earlier, I'd basically be going to bed at the time that I would normally be filming a video for this channel. I've mentioned before, I live in a basement apartment. I have 2 small children that live above me, so basically if I'm going to film while people are home, I need to film like after 10 p.m. That way I know the kids are asleep. The parents are probably working their way back to bed. They're probably not going to come downstairs and make noise down here. So that would be when I would be like the optimum time to film would be like at 10 p.m. or later. And 10 p.m. was right about when I should have been in bed with this job. So basically I just had no time to film really, and then even if I did have time, I didn't really have any interest. I guess, I don't know if I burned out on YouTube, but I just didn't want to make videos. So since mid-November I've had this job, and it was going well, and I got extended. It was supposed to end in mid-February, and then it got extended to the end of February, and then apparently it was potentially going to get extended again, but at the beginning of February I hurt my back. I missed the 1 week, which I guess was February 4th. I missed because I hurt my back on the Sunday night, so I missed Monday. Then I was fine. And then on the 11th, I was coming to work, and I stepped off the bus, and my entire right leg just burst into flames. It was so bad. And initially I thought I just like twisted something, so I'm trying to like shake it off, and I hobble to the next bus stop, and I get on the bus, and I wolf down some painkillers on the bus, and I get about 3 stops in, and I gotta get off the bus. I'm in so much pain, I'm gonna scream or cry or throw up or something. I'm just like, it's awful. Eventually I make my way to the walk-in clinic. Doctor at the walk-in clinic says, oh yeah, it's a muscle spasm. You just need to take these prescriptions. It should resolve in a couple of days. You know, come back in, it was either a week or 10 days, unless it gets worse, then come back before that. So obviously I missed that day. By the end of the Monday, what little work the painkillers had done had stopped working. And I was in like just agony. It was like nerve pain in my hip, and it would just like shoot down my leg, and my leg was just on fire, and basically it continued to get worse until basically Tuesday night into Wednesday. I was in so much pain that I was awake all night. If I slept at all, it was for a few minutes at a time, just like out of pure exhaustion. I just like lost consciousness. I was in bed screaming and crying. I was in so much pain. I couldn't stand for more than 30 seconds at a time. Like, there's about, I don't know, 3 to 5 steps, depending on the length of your stride, between like being inside my bathroom to get back to my bed is like 3 to 5 steps, and I would basically have to leap from the bathroom to the bed because I couldn't make it that far. I ended up having to call an ambulance because I didn't know what else to do. I couldn't go anywhere, I couldn't do anything, the prescriptions weren't working. So I go to the hospital, and the ER doctor's like, oh yeah, it's a muscle spasm, but the prescriptions they gave you are crap. Don't take those, just take a lot of Tylenol. So basically after that, I'm taking Advil and Tylenol 1, and they are doing far more than the prescription medications, which are supposedly stronger. So I missed basically that whole week. We go into a long weekend. I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to take the rest of the week off. We got the long weekend, so I got like 5 more days, now that I have medication that's working, to just rest and let this thing get lost. And I came to work on the Tuesday, and I got through the day, and then basically from that day on I never went back to work. Because the pain would come and go. It was like, it would wake me up at night. I would get periods of time where I wouldn't take painkillers at all, and then all of a sudden I get woken up in the middle of the night with pain. And like I said, it was like a nerve pain in my hip. There was like a burning in the back of my calf. My foot, I was starting to worry that there was nerve damage because my foot was extremely sensitive to touch and temperature, and I had phantom pain, and basically I couldn't predict how bad the pain would be. With it being so slippery outside, I was afraid to walk outside and fall, because I fall really easily under the best of circumstances, and I didn't want to make this thing worse. So after missing another week of work, I made an appointment for Monday, the last Monday of February, with my doctor. And I'm keeping in touch with the temp agency, and they're being really sympathetic, and they're letting the company that I'm temping for know that, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I go to my doctor, I tell him, I hurt my back, and then a week later I hurt my leg, and now, it's still 2 weeks later, this muscle spasm hasn't bugged off yet. And he immediately says, that's not a muscle spasm, you have either a bulging or a herniated disc in your back. Because apparently when you do that, I guess it hurts initially, because I imagine that's what the original back pain was, and then it stops hurting in your back, and you get leg pain because the bulging disc, because it's like, discs are like, I keep seeing it described online as a jelly donut. They're in between each of your vertebrae, and they should be like this, like stacked nicely, and then when they bulge, they stick out, and when they stick out, they bump into nerves. So that's why you don't have any back pain anymore, but you have incredible nerve pain in your leg. But he's going to send me for a CAT scan to figure out which disc issue it is, because he can't recommend any kind of treatment until we know what the issue is. And this can apparently take 3 to 6 months to resolve. Yeah. So as of now, at the beginning of March when I'm filming this, I'm still waiting for my CAT scan appointment. I'm very surprised I haven't at least got the appointment by now. But basically that's why I called up my temp agency and was like, I have no idea what to do here. I want to come to work. I'm not trying to skip work. But I'm still in a lot of pain, and I'm afraid to slip, because especially now if I find out it's actually a back problem, I'm even more afraid to slip, because I fall hard. I'm a big girl. When I fall hard when I slip, and I don't want to slam down on an already damaged disc and make it worse. So basically it was decided that my contract was supposed to end on February 28th. This was February 25th. It was decided we would just end the contract there, because obviously I'm not going to make it in the next couple of days. But all that rambling to say that I'm back to being unemployed again. Yeah. Hopefully this won't be as long. Hopefully we'll deal with this issue with my back and I can go back to that job or find something else. But because I don't know how long this is going to take to resolve, I can't predict it. It's not like it's so frustrating because it's not constant pain. If it was constant pain, I might even be able to go and like apply for disability. Like, I can't walk. How am I supposed to go to work? But it comes and goes. Like yesterday, the day before I'm filming this, I didn't take painkillers all day. And then I went out to do groceries this morning. I was out for an hour and I am still in pain now from doing that. So it's like, if I'm at home, just putzing around, I'm only on my feet for brief periods, I'm typically fine. It's if I leave the house to actually go do anything like a functioning adult, I end up in a lot of pain. So it's very frustrating. So all that rambling to say, I'm back to being unemployed, so I'm trying to reboot the channel since I have the time again. Yeah, got a job, and now I don't have a job, and I'm dealing with health issues, so I can't work unless I find some kind of work from home job, which are impossible to find legitimate ones for that. I would like to get some sort of a storefront and maybe sell some of my paper crafts. I did a lot of crafting. I didn't do any crafting in November or December. I was so tired getting back into the loop of working and everything. Only crafting I did was the pocket letter for Makeup Munchies and More. I will link to her video opening it. We did a swap, and so that's the only crafting I did because I had promised I'd do this swap. But January and February, I really dedicated to using up a lot of my Valentine's stash. I still have a bunch, but I used up a lot of it. I made a lot. I don't even know. I gotta count how many cards I made. Probably at least 50 cards, at least. I got really inspired. I started watching a channel here on YouTube called Bourbon Creek Crafts. I'll again link her below, and she started doing a monthly kill a pad project where she picks a paper pad and she wants to use the whole pad up in the space of a month. And she does do scrapbooking, but she only does a couple of layouts, and then most of what she ends up doing is cards and mini albums and bookmarks, and it's like really inspiring to see just how much you can make out of one pad of paper. So I've been starting to do that, and that's what I'm trying to focus on this year, is just picking some stuff and using it up. So I do have a lot of like Valentine's and love themed projects that I can share if you guys want to see them. I don't know that they'd sell well right now because Valentine's is over. I also did a couple of New Year's cards from an SCT sampler kit. There was some New Year's themed paper and some Valentine's themed paper, I think in the same kit, and so I just decided to use that all up. So again, I've got a bunch of stuff made now, but nothing that's really like timely. So I'm gonna be working on some birthday themed stuff this month because I want to give away. I'll do a separate video for that, and it's like birthday celebration themed paper crafting stuff. So want to reboot the channel, want to do some sort of a storefront. The only other problem I'm having is I'm not really passionate about making YouTube videos anymore. I do miss like having videos and having interaction with you guys, and I haven't even felt comfortable commenting on people's videos because I'm like so silent on YouTube right now. But I just find I'm really passionate about crafting, but making videos about crafting not so much, and I think that's partly because I don't have the equipment to make the videos that I want to make. I have this camera that's falling apart. I did have to get a new phone over the holidays because my phone died, so worst case scenario, I have a better quality phone now, but I don't have any way to film overhead in a way that I can like do tutorials or process videos. I can basically only do face-to-face videos or overhead enough to show you what I've made. There's no way that I can comfortably craft with like stuff overhead. I don't have proper lighting anywhere close to proper lighting at my desk. I'm at my desk right now, and you can probably tell the lighting's crap. The best lighting I have is the filming setup I do at my kitchen sink, but I can't craft in that area. There's not enough space. So I guess I'm having that feeling of I can't do it the way I want to do it, so I can't do it at all, that sort of thing. So I would like to at least start posting here at least once a week. I don't really want to promise more than that. I think what I may do is maybe try to post here once a week, Instagram once a week, and then some other kind of social media once a week. I don't know. I'm trying to figure something out. I am going to rebrand the channel. I came up with a new name. It's not a hugely different name. It's just the middle where it's going to change. It's going to be canadianjournaljunkie. It just won't be journal anymore. But I just wanted to like at least post this before I did that. So if you're like, who the hell's that in my subscriptions, you know, oh, it's her. So like I said, I don't know how I'm going to start like an Etsy store. I have some concerns about Etsy because I've heard horror stories about people getting locked out of their accounts and losing all this money. I know Etsy's the best place to do that, but I don't like the most common place to do that, and probably the best place as far as like being seen. But I've heard horror stories about getting locked out of your money of legitimate sales, so I don't know if that's where I'd want to do that. So basically, if you have any ideas on how I can sell my stuff safely, make some money when I'm not selling stuff, I'm gonna try really hard to make things work this time. I really feel like I wasted that year of unemployment that I could have really been like working on this side hustle thing, selling things, and I think that is partly because I spent so much time of that time shopping, and now I'm really not, because I've been really not focused on spending and doing haul videos and stuff. It has allowed me to focus on using what I have, and I'm really enjoying doing that. Like I said, I've been very inspired watching Bourbon Creek Crafts. Another channel I've been watching is RTS Scrapbooking, which I'll also link below. She has some use up your stuff videos. She also has a lot of organizational videos, which has inspired me to sort of start reorganizing some of my stuff. So like I said, my focus is more on crafting, not so much on YouTube videos, but I do want to get back on to this channel. This is where I have a following, so to speak, and so I'd like to continue to, you know, interact with you guys, grow that following, maybe make some sales here and there. Not that I'm expecting to make a ton, but a little bit is better than nothing. So yeah, that's kind of where things are now. I'm sorry I disappeared for 4 months. I can't promise it won't happen again if I get back to full-time work. So I'm gonna stop talking because I keep repeating myself, and that's never good. I'm gonna have at least one more video up soon. I'm gonna film a video of the the giveaway that I won. Again, sorry I've been gone for so long, sorry I've been talking for so long. I'm going to try and figure out some sort of a plan to be more active in other places than YouTube, so that at least if I can't make videos, you have other ways to contact me. Again, you can follow me on Instagram. As of right now, it's still Canadian Journal Junkie. When I rebrand the channel, that name will change. But again, it's still going to be Canadian blank Junkie, so you'll still know it's me. I'm going to try and work this gap in my employment yet again to my favor, because yeah, I need money and I can't work right now, so there's that. And I will see you guys soon. Like I said, you have any ideas about income streams for me, please let me know, and I will hopefully see you soon somewhere, whether it be here, Instagram, or somewhere else. But like I said, I am gonna try and post here at least once a week, and I will see you guys next time. Okay, bye.